Hi, I'm Rick Dior, and today we're going to start a series on my book, Let's Go Camping. So this book features variations on the three camps. And today we're going to start out with double strokes. So we're going to do several of the exercises in the book that deal with doubles. Now I'll be playing both traditional and matched grip in these lessons. So I have the snare drum a little bit higher than I normally would for matched grip and a little bit lower for traditional grip, so I'm constantly not moving it up and down. So we're going to point out tempos, bad habits you might have when you're playing these, kind of accents, things like that in this series. Now I'm also using a quiet tone drum mute. This is an old one from the 1980s, but now these are produced by Sabian, so you can still find these. I like these because they have a real drum head. And also three different pairs of sticks. I'll use a lighter pair, which is a 70 gram pair of black Wenge reverse tips that I make. And I'll use a slightly heavier pair, which is 80 gram barrel tip Cocobolo that I make, and a very heavy pair of 92 gram Cocobolo barrel tip. So I use these three kinds of sticks for different things. So the warm-up stick is the heavy stick. So I might start out my practice routine every day just playing really slow, this same thing at like 100 with heavy sticks. And what that does, it gets the blood flowing. The heavy stick creates a lot of bounce, so I don't have to work hard. And my hands just follow that weight. So I'm not using any kind of heavy wrist or arm motion. I'm just using the weight of the stick, gravity. But I always warm up very slowly, especially at my increasing age. It's very important to do that, all right, or you'll blow a gasket. And then I'll progressively move to lighter sticks. So then I'll go a little faster with these 80 gram sticks. And then I can do all my really fast playing with reverse tip light sticks. So if you do that, then, 10 minutes go by with a heavy stick and you're warmed up, you're ready to go. So I definitely suggest doing that. You can use any kind of heavy hickory sticks, whatever you have around, but it's a good way to warm up. So I use these three camp exercises a lot for warming up. But if you don't have advanced hand technique yet, it's a great way to learn it. And it doesn't involve a lot of reading. For those of you that don't really read well out there, this is a good book because it's just repetition. It's a lot of redundancy built into it, repeating patterns, repeating accent patterns. So how the book works is the three camps has an accent pattern that goes like this. That's the first camp. The second camp is this. And the third camp is this. So that pattern then throughout the book is applied to all kinds of stickings and rudiments. All right, it's a very simple concept, but based on redundancy, doing things, we're doing things over and over again, repetition. So let's look at tempos for this original three camps. You could do this anywhere from 100 all the way to 150, which is what you heard in the original. A good medium tempo is around 120. And if you want to hear that with heavy sticks, I'll play that for you. And I'll shout out the different camps. 1, 2, 3, 4. Second camp. Third camp. So that's how that works. So the next part of the book that deals with doubles is page 13. So pages 13, 14, and 15 deal with double strokes. Now for these accents, we're going to use a bounce accent like this. So I'm using my wrist, but it's not a tight wrist, it's a relaxed wrist, and I'm just dropping the stick. So we'll play through this double strokes number 1 exercise for you, and we'll put the metronome instead of triplets now on 16ths, because it's a 16th based exercise. Now if you want to go really fast, once again I'd suggest switching to a lighter pair of sticks, and this can go as fast as 200 easily. We'll play that for you. And that last 30-second note roll is tricky to play that fast. And the next page is going to be based on the triplet. So these are 16th note triplets, or we're in 12/8. So you see what's happening there with the 16th notes. And we'll put it back on triplets. And here a good tempo is 140 to work on. We'll play this for you. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, and it can go faster, but again, you don't want to push it or be tight. So don't use your shoulders, use the weight of the stick, relax your arms when you go really fast. So if we went 160, we'd play a little bit lighter, but we don't have to lift as high now. All right, and do that again with both grips. Very important to do everything with both grips, I think. And finally, the third one in this sequence, the 32nd note exercise, is extremely exhausting. So we'll go a little bit slower for that. A good tempo for this is 110. And we'll put on the metronome on 16ths. And then we have the 5-stroke roll and the 6-stroke roll exercises. The same kind of thing here, but now it's not connected. They're disconnected. So here we can go a little faster. 130 is a good goal. 2, 3, 4. So just like that. And again, you can see all these on my playlist, my 3 Camps playlist, which I recorded about 10 years ago. They're already recorded in halftime and double time. But today we're just talking, we're explaining them. And the 6-stroke roll would sound like this, the same tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4. And so on. All right, so these are tremendous for building your technique because they're repetitious. All right, and they're pretty easy. You can even memorize them and watch a ball game when you're doing these, as I do sometimes. It's not like a rudimental etude where you're playing all kinds of different stickings. It's one sticking repeating over and over. There's a lot to be said for that kind of practice. So I think you're going to really enjoy this series. I'm just going to go through the whole book and talk about the different groupings of exercises and try to tell you about some of the tempos and some of the techniques I use. So we'll see you next time. Thanks.